Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, welcome. Good to see everybody.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve.
Because by the time you watch this, New Year's Eve will be over, but we still want to say Happy New Year's Day 2026. Oh, my goodness.
Right. We want to be the first to congratulate you on two things. The end of something.
And the beginning of something great.
That's right. That's right.
It's not how you start.
That's how you finish.
You end.
I love that. I love that. Because if you start and you stumble a little bit at the beginning, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Because what we do at the beginning of the year, we write our goals down. Our New Year's resolution, and we write all that down, and we get so excited up front. We on fire. We hit it hard. We hit it hard.
Right.
But guess what? That's good. Hit it hard. Because what your blessing is going to be of who you are becoming.
That's right.
So the way you start, the great thing is how you end.
Yeah, that's right.
So keep pushing, guys, in 2026.
You can start off as a worm, but you can be a butterfly at the end.
That's right, a caterpillar.
But we have...
Let's start off with that butterfly.
We have some really good topics we want to go over today. We'll hope that you guys can be inspired by what we have to say, because our true dedication is to you.
Yes.
Again, as you know, we lost our son in 2024.
Yes.
And
right at the beginning,
we have always been inspired by God, but we have been inspired by God to bring to you guys our testimony.
Yes.
Because they say our testimony can help somebody else, and hopefully we can help you. But we're going to be right back.
Yeah.
We'll get this end of 2025.
With MFMF, Mothers and Fathers Mentally Fighting.
Mentally fighting.
Yes,
we're going to end 2025 with a... With a bang, baby.
That's
with
it.
A bang.
So, let me ask you a question. What does it mean, mothers and fathers mentally fighting? What's
I'm glad you asked that. It's a very good way of saying, or being able to discuss everything that we go through as mothers and fathers. It is a series of trials and tribulations that we go through as parents. And we're trying to discuss those topics. And remember, if you guys have any topics that you want to discuss with us, please make sure that you send them directly to us, and we will get that in the itinerary for 2026. But we're here for you guys to try to help you be able to work through your trials and tribulations with your family, with the things that you go through as mothers and fathers. Because being a mother or father sometimes makes you want to say, mothers and fathers are mentally fighting. But some things that we go through, whew, Lord, you can't do nothing but pray. You can't do nothing but pray. So let me ask you this. So as a young parent, as when we first got married, what was some of the challenges that you faced?
As being a mother, well, it was some great challenges that I faced, some honorable challenges that I faced, and then also with some challenges that I faced where I was like, am I doing the right thing as a mother? Do I have the strength to do this? The challenge that I faced as being a mother at home, we got married very young age. I was 22. I had my first child when we got married. You had your first child when we got married. So the first thing we did, we had to blend the family together. Yeah, that's a topic we could talk about. So blending that family together. My son, Damon, was 2 years old. Well, our son, Damon, was 2 years old. And our daughter, Christian, was 2 years old. Whew, that's a mouthful right there. And at that time, I was grateful, very grateful to have a son, and now I got a daughter. I never used the word step because she never was a stepdaughter to me. She was always my daughter. You never used the word stepson. When we announced we got kids, we always say 5 kids, not a stepson, not a stepdaughter. We always have that. People won't know now unless they ask us that question. Or most of them be like, wait a minute. You had twins right there together. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. We calculated it and found out that I could have had a baby at the beginning of the year, which would have been Demond, and then the end of the year would have been Christian.
So
yeah. So
you're saying if you do decide to get married, having a blended family can be a beautiful thing.
Oh, it can be a beautiful thing, and it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge, and it was a challenge.
First and foremost, what is the most important thing that you would need as being a newly married couple?
God.
Better say it.
God. God. Most definitely.
What does it say? Therefore, and this would be in Genesis 2:24. Therefore, a man shall leave his father and his mother to be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. They shall become one flesh.
Become one flesh.
What is that? What does that mean?
To me, become one flesh means that because most people, and I'm gonna say this honestly and blunt with it, I have known some people that want that father to just really just disconnect from his mother. No, it means that I have connected with my wife. Now my wife is important to me just as much as my mother and father is important to me. In the household, we got to make decisions together. But the beautiful thing with being married is saying, now you are my soulmate. We are one. You come before my mother and father. And I come before your mother and father.
I want to read this one more time because I just want to make sure I didn't miss something.
Okay.
Because in here it says, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and be joined to his wife, and they should become flesh. I don't see mother-in-law, father-in-law, aunties, uncles, grandmothers, friends in here anywhere. And let me just tell you what that means to me. Okay, so your priorities change when you get married, right?
Yes.
Your first priority should always be to God.
That's it.
Because this is a holy matrimony.
Yes.
Right? This is a spiritual connection.
Yes.
Because remember, we're spirits having a fleshly experience, just like Jesus. So we're two spirits coming together as one, right? To have in holy, it says holy matrimony, right? Holy matrimony. So if you're trying to create a relationship without God,
that's right. Yes.
It takes 1, 2, 3, because he's putting this right here. Therefore, you should leave your father and your mother and be joined as one, and they should become as one. In Genesis 2:24.
And I believe when he says coming as one too, that means we is coming as one with Christ. We becoming as one with Christ. So I can't be the wife that I need to be. You can't be the husband that you need to be without Christ. Now, when we first started off as being married,
I'm glad you explained that because I know you can't go to heaven for me.
That's right.
And I can't go to heaven for you.
That's right.
However, but on this worldly realm that we're in, as we become as one, I think that means we're coming together as ideas with the kids, with the family structure, and decisions that we made as one. Yes. So as one means that my mother's not included, your mother's not included. We're coming together as one.
Right.
You can speak for me, and I can speak for you.
I'm not going to say that fully.
Okay. All right. Well, explain.
Because you can't speak for me, and I can't speak for you. But we can...
I can sign a contract with you.
Yeah, by forging my name.
But I know what you mean, and I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that way. I think I meant as we speak, we're as one.
Yes.
And if you're in a marriage, and these are sometimes some of the challenges, usually opposites attract, right?
Yes. Don't you go there. Don't you go there.
Usually.
I know you're going to say usually.
I'm a barely
Don't you go there, because come on.
But what I'm saying is that when I say as one,
Mm-hmm.
When it's all said and done, when it's all over, she represents you.
That's right.
And I represent you. And if you're looking bad, we're looking
bad. That's right. Most
and
definitely.
That's what I mean as speaking as
Most definitely. Most definitely. 100% agree. Yes.
So, with that being said, as an African American woman, how challenging was it for you to now become as one? Because there's a certain order to this, right? You know, I have to value you. It says in here as God, as Jesus loved the church. All right? I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna come back to that. But how was that a challenge for you?
As me being a wife, I could say there wasn't a big challenge for me because at a very young age, at 17 years old, I prayed for a husband. I knew I wanted to be married. It sounds crazy. At 17 years old, you praying for a husband. Well, I go back and say, God blessed me from who I was becoming. He knew who I was becoming. I was becoming a person of being a wife. I wanted to be a wife. But no, lo and behold, it was some challenges becoming a wife. It was some work that I had to do as I was a wife and being the wife that I had to become. You know, I played with the Barbie dolls a lot. Every Barbie doll I had, there was a husband, there was a wife, and there was multiple kids. I used to always say I wanted 7 kids because my mom had 7 kids. But Lord and behold, when I started having these babies, I'm a mother. Some things got to change about me. I cried days. You know, it was a challenge, but it was a blessing. It was a challenging, but it was a blessing. So being a mother at such a young age, I can remember. I can remember now talking to my daughter because Kiana is a mother at a very young age. She is one of the kids. We have 5 beautiful kids, but she's that one that kind of started off like mom and dad, young, married, starting a family at a very young age. And I have conversation with her, telling her in the midst of being a mother, don't forget about yourself. Make sure you get you some self-care. Place yourself around adults. Because you know the challenges you had coming home.
Well, and we're getting to the children. But prior to the children, I think there has to be, you know, as far as coming one flesh. In my mind, it's easier said than done, right? I mean, we already know love is the foundation, but grace is closely behind that. But when you have 2 people coming together that's imperfect,
we had some grace that we had to give.
We have to give some grace to each other. To now become one.
We had some forgiveness we had to do.
And a lot of challenges that we see with the young people now, they're not getting
no grace, breaking
up. They're not getting divorced over the old traditional things, which is most of the time was, you know, somebody fooling around. These days, it's that, you know, we just don't see eye to eye.
Yeah, he snore too loud for me.
Right.
Or his feet stink, or, you know, you know.
She just talks all the time and gossips, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
These are things more, but
you saying I gossip? Oh, no, I'm just kidding. No. Okay, I said it.
But again, 2 imperfect people coming together, we have to have some understanding of there's going to be some differences since nobody's perfect.
That's right.
So along with that, now you start, you know, new marriage. You're in that honeymoon phase, and then now in our situation, we had a blended family. You had a 2-year-old. I had a 2-year-old. And like you said, there were some challenges on the blended family, but now you start getting into the nitty gritty. Now we have another child. What were some of the challenges for you with me being at work? It seemed like all the time, and you being at home by yourself.
Yeah, I would say the biggest, I had challenges, but it was more of me dealing with my emotions, going through what is it, postpartum
depression.
I didn't really give my body enough chance to heal from that, because we got a baby, even though they was 2 years old and I only birthed one of them, but still it felt like I birthed both of them. We talking about I had the mine in 92 and then I had Kiana,
which in the blended family, my daughter and I came along.
Right.
She's born in 92.
Yes.
2 2-year-olds.
Yes.
Now we have
Kiana born in 96.
Right.
And then LaKenny born in 98, and Camille born in 99. So that right there, it put a lot of toll on my body. It put a lot of anxiety in me, a lot of depression in me that I was dealing with. You know, I can remember being at home crying sometimes, like, oh my God, this is, and sometimes not even knowing why I'm crying, because then realize as I got up there and got to really thinking about things, I didn't give myself a chance of body. I'm feeling, I'm feeling a little down and depressed. You coming home, I'm mad because you at work. I'm mad because you doing the things that a man should be doing, providing for his family, and I'm being able to be blessed to be a stay-at-home mom. But in the midst of it, I'm feeling like that I'm missing out on life. I feel like that, what am I going to do? Then as the kids got older, I really got to thinking like, oh my God, what am I going to do with myself? And I remember, okay, Shay, one thing I do know, I became a praying mom at home too. I had to pray. Because I was praying a prayer like, Lord, bless us financially so this man can be at home a little more. I don't want to do this by myself. And I wasn't doing it by myself because you was playing your part of getting out there providing for the family, but I felt overwhelmed.
Okay. And I'm just gonna speak from my experience with when we had 5 children, and I'm working my behind off, working 2 jobs, buying properties, and I come home and you're basically depressed because I'm not here to help you with 5 kids, and now I've worked all day to try to provide for my family, and now I see you frustrated, and you're throwing babies at me as I'm coming through the door. I'm tired, needing some rest, because I just got through working all day, and you're tired because you've just got through dealing with 5 kids. It was a challenge. And yes, I was also somewhat frustrated because of this blend of messiness, but
blend of blessings, but it felt like a mess.
It felt like a mess.
It did, and that's what happened in the midst of our blessings. Sometimes it feels like a mess.
Well, and let me tell you, the Bible says what it said about children. Children are a heritage from the Lord.
Yes.
Offsprings a reward from Him. Psalms 127:3. But I'm speaking for myself. It didn't feel like a blessing when you were overwhelmed, and now I felt overwhelmed.
So you just said it. It wasn't the kids that didn't feel like a blessing. It was my action to the way you came home. The way you came home didn't feel like a blessing. It wasn't the kids wasn't a blessing to me as well, but it was me feeling overwhelmed. Like he get his break, he go to work. He get his time off. He go to work. He not dealing with this all day. He not did that. That was my thoughts. Like
when you go to work, it's not time off. Go ahead.
Yes. But this is me. This is me. How I'm feeling. He don't have to hear this every day and all day. I gotta hear it. I can remember being in the bathroom one time, cleaning out the bathtub, crying out to God. I had just listened to George Meyer. I'm telling you, when you in these moments, if they don't get you close to God,
we're gonna get there.
I'm listening to George Meyer and LaKenny and Camille at this time. Both of them had just, they like one and 2 right there together, 1 and 2 years old, 98 and 99. And I can remember they in the kitchen and they was always at each other. They started off and they always was at each other. And I can remember
LaKenny
milk
like to aggravate.
Yes, milk spilled. They at the table, milk spilled, and I'm changing Pampers. I'm in the bathroom. I'm listening to Joyce Meyer at this time. They crying. I fall down on the middle of the floor right in front of them, and I start crying. those two little innocent eyes looked at me. I went in the bathroom and started cleaning up the bathtub, and all I can remember saying, Lord, I'm so tired. I'm tired of cleaning up the bed. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of changing paper. I'm tired of doing anything. He looked at me saying, well, what if I told you I'm tired of cleaning up behind you?
Hold on. Don't get to the finish line yet.
Okay.
We're going to get to that.
Okay.
So I went from working 2 jobs. I was working I'm a fireman, so I work 56 hours a week. I would come home and go right back to work. And just be quite frankly, I wasn't making enough money.
Yeah.
So at that point, ooh, I knew I had to now start building wealth, right? So I used my job as leverage and start buying properties to bring in more income.
Oh, we talk about these properties. So
now I done switched from working a 56-hour-a-week job to working a second job on top of that. And remember, this the whole time where we got 5 kids, and I'm study being fussed at. But let me play this. This still the issue was not spending enough time at home, because we're as one. We both made these kids together. Don't you say nothing. We both made these kids together, and we should share in somewhat of the responsibility. Don't you say nothing. So now I went from that to now trying to create more income, and found myself working even harder than I was before. I was working a 12-hour job from the doggone 56-hour-a-week job working on these properties. And I had a nervous breakdown right in front of Home Depot. My hat went one way. I took off both my shoes, threw them. I started kicking my car. I completely lost it. And I had to do something. Something had to break. Right. Because right now, after that nervous breakdown I had, I couldn't go back and change a light bulb in none of my properties. Now the properties are starting to really now need so much help and decline. I had to pay somebody to do it, so now I'm back paying somebody doing it. Now I'm back to not really making no income, but I couldn't do it. I'm leaving work, coming home, my wife is upset, having a nervous breakdown, because you're dealing with the postpartum depression. You're dealing with the always needs of kids 24/7. And now I'm finding myself trying to create an income so we can have a good life. And it's hard.
And at that time, I don't think I cared about that, because I remember coming to you saying, I just want you.
Ooh, what is that word?
I just need you here.
But it's one word we both had to kind of, what I explained to, what made me better. And it's that word content.
Content. Yeah, right. Content.
So we had this conversation. If you want me to be home more, we're going to have to live off this dime. That means no extras. No McDonald's doing between the end of the week. Can we afford to do this with me having to do none of this other stuff? And that word content. And I mean, again, even in your mindset, what would content mean dealing with what you was dealing with?
Content, it changed a lot with me, because it started with me being at home, being able to be content with what I had. And that means that I had to say, okay, if we got food to eat.
Don't forget the shopping part.
I was going to say, food to eat.
Because my wife loved to shop.
I do love to shop. But one thing when I was growing, when I had the kids, the shopping was always for the kids. It was always for the kids. I would go and say, I need this for the kids, and get it. So now it had to be a budget. It had to be a budget. But one thing we bought our kids up with, and I can look at this right now. We look at all our kids right now. We bought them up on the greatest thing of them all, and that's love. Amen. We never got our kids hooked on material stuff. Our kids was grateful when we went to go sit down and eat. Up to this day, our kids will still say, give us water.
This is true. But do you think there are some mothers and fathers out there MFing because he's working hard. You're working hard. And now, right now, we got two problems. We got it, and we're trying to fix. I'm trying to fix your problem. You're trying to fix mine. Do you think there are some mothers and fathers out there dealing with that right now?
What we dealt with?
Yeah.
Well, I say it is, but not as many.
Ooh, what about Kiana?
That's what I was just going to say. I was going to bring a personal one up that I know.
And we're just not talking about Kiana. We're talking about in
family
situations like that. So I don't want to just bring up my daughter.
Well, no.
But anybody dealing with this similar situation.
Right. So but this is where we can be blessing with her, and we have been with her and Davion. Mm-hmm. We have been a blessing with them, telling them what we experienced and what we've been through. So now I can talk to my daughter and say, hey, being a stay-at-home mom is a beautiful thing. But one thing with that chick, Kiana, she got some contentment.
Oh, absolutely.
She has some contentment.
Absolutely.
And husband, they just found a way to balance. But she still go through that postpartum depression. We have talked about it. With him coming home and, hey, I need you to get the kids a little more. So so yes, it's still happening these days, but these days in time, it's taking two because so much is so happening these days with income and all that. But I guess
it took two to make an income back then. I was the two people that was out there working
exactly.
To allow you. Because let me tell you something. We will talk about finances more, but the finances back then, daycare was extremely expensive for a 1 to 5 year old. And when you have multiple kids between the age of 1 and 5 that's not going to a free school paid by your taxes, it's not free because your taxes are paying for it.
Yeah.
Then that daycare is so expensive. It's hard to afford it just sending one child to daycare. But what are you missing out on daycare? You still gotta. You got to teach these kids how to learn their ABCs. You got to teach these kids how to count to 100. It's so many things that kids need to know prior to being in first grade. I'm sorry, kindergarten. So you have to understand now we can't. So now you're trying to provide that amount of money to provide to send your kids to this daycare. But when you only got one person working, even with two people, it's difficult.
Right.
It's more logical to let one person stay at home.
But this is what I think the difference is today than when we was doing it. Me being a stay-at-home mom, it was a job. Most stay-at-home moms is very few like Kiana these days. It's not too many left like Kiana. Not saying it's not. But it requires some dedication being a stay-at-home mom. And what I mean about that, most women, I have heard some women say they want to be stay-at-home moms, but they don't want to take the stay-at-home mom job. The cooking, the cleaning, the washing, all that stuff. It ain't too many days you came home that Shay was laying in the bed asleep. Most of the time you came home, Shay had clothes on, makeup on, hair done, and all that good stuff.
It looked like she was like a movie star.
Like I was doing. Kids was bathed, kids was clean, house was clean, laundry was done. Most moms these days, they want to stay at home, but they want to stay at home on the couch getting high. So let's be real about this. Being at home is not an easy task, but it's a task that got to be done if you want to stay at home.
And if that's what you choose to get high, that's your choice. And hopefully we're talking about weed. I'm not talking about anything or none of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But as long as you're still functional.
Doing what you should be doing.
But I would think the one thing in that era that we were in was contentment.
Yes, contentment.
And believe me, I wanted to provide more. I had to be content with living on a dime. You had to be content with living on a dime, which made more time for me to be at home with you. But again, I wasn't 100% the solution.
No.
You wasn't 100% my solution. God was the solution.
Yes, it was.
And it says right here, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. But it says to rejoice.
Consider pure joy.
Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, and I mean many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its works, so that it may be mature and complete, not lacking in anything.
And
One more. Not only so, this is Romans 3:5, but we also glory in our suffering, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, character, and character, hope. And hope does not put us to shame, because God love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has given to us. So what that means is that this is now trial and tribulation. And what's perseverance mean? What does that mean?
Perseverance. You got to keep on persevering. You got to keep going. Perseverance. So go ahead, finish what you were saying, because I want to go back to this.
Okay, go ahead. What do you want to go
back to?
So
when you were saying, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, when you face trials of many kind, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work, that you may be mature and complete and not lacking anything.
And can I just give you my definition of perseverance before you say that?
Yes.
It is the endurance through hard times.
Through hard times. Persevere and keep going.
You keep on. It's not how many times you fall down. It's how many times you get up.
Yes.
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, no, I was going to say, so this is whole podcast just hit this right here. MFMF, Mothers and Fathers Mentally Fighting. Thank you, Lord Jesus. So this whole podcast, God say this scripture right here, consider pure joy, my brothers and sisters. Consider pure joy, my mothers and fathers. Whenever you are, I just added that on there. Whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. So be encouraged, mothers and fathers, because as being a mother and a father, you're going to be tested in your faith. And that test going to come more 9 times out of 10 from your kids. The test is going to come from your kids.
Come on.
So this is what our podcast is all about. Mothers and fathers mentally fighting. So when we come back with you guys on our next episodes, we're going to talk about some mental things that we had to fight with.
And this
we had to fight with. So this, as being mothers and fathers, we're going to come back and talk about how we had to fight with a son going to prison, how we had to fight with.
You getting into my conclusion.
Right. Okay.
Getting into the conclusion.
Okay, but
So just getting back to, let me just say this. When we was talking about contentment prior to going to perseverance,
yes,
what we were dealing with, let me be very clear here. Very clear. We're talking about dealing with marriage.
Yes.
Children. Marriage and children. And what we went through during that period of time, that you had nervous breakdown, and it sounds like I had nervous breakdown.
That's right.
And how we got through that. And I'm in my mind, both of us are both saying that main word would be we were content. We persevered through it.
Yes. Because
you can't give up.
That's right.
Because at the end of the day, are you going to give up on your children?
Because God ain't giving up on us and we his children.
Let's just say, for instance, I just said, screw it. I'm done. This is too difficult. So now, you break up, and for whatever reason, I'm not even in the household to help raise my own kids. Did I just not jump out the fire? Jump out the pan into the fire? And that's what we do when we're going through hard times. Instead of getting to the other side of the storm, we quit. And guess what? Now you're going to have to go through the storm again. And I don't know who said this, but I think I heard this on a pastor was saying, and say, when you in a storm, don't run from it. Run to it.
That's right.
Because if you run from it, it will continue to chase you.
Yes.
And you never get through it. But if you run towards it, you'll get through the other side.
Stay in the storm and ask God, what do I need to do to get delivered in this storm? What things I need to do to get delivered? Stop asking God to bring you out the storm, because there's lessons in the storm.
There's lessons in the storm.
There's lessons
and the lesson that we learned during this time, and I'm trying to be clear, what we were going through at this time, what helped us was being first and foremost God.
learning how to be content.
We had to start being more content because, first of all, we were in this situation and it would no getting out of it.
Yeah.
We made these kids, but we had to be content.
That's right.
We're gonna have to be content that, hey, I gotta live on a nickel now versus going out there trying to make more money. You have to be content because now you know for a fact.
Happy wife, happy home.
You got 5 kids, and you're gonna have to stay in this position until God delivers you to the next level that He wants you to go to.
Yes.
So we gotta be comfortable in our position that God has us in at that particular time.
Right, right.
And this ain't the first position that God's going to put you through in your life. Trust me.
Right.
There's more to it.
I mean, because we've been married for 31 years in April. April the 22nd, it will be 31 years. So we want to talk to you guys, and I'm going to let you in with this, about MFMF, Mothers and Fathers Mentally Fighting, and our whole goal and purpose and God's will is for you all to see our glory, but we need to tell our story, because seeing our glory is not going to bless you guys. Our story is what's going to bless you guys.
Absolutely.
Because if you see our glory and you can say, oh, look at their glory. They don't, but if I tell you our story, if we tell you our story, then you begin to say, wow, I see their glory. So we want to be our true, authentic couples as where we at now, but also to show you what we came from.
Absolutely.
Because what we came from, y'all be amazed about some of the things that we faced and went through.
You probably wouldn't believe that we probably went through it.
Right. And they probably, and a lot of people probably thinking like, thank God we have not went through, You
probably. Okay, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people may be thinking like, what did they go through? They went through, someone cheating, abuse, neglect. No. Thank God we did not go through that. But we went through the everyday hustle and bustle that most people go through as being parents. Talk about it. And then we're going to end this. Yes.
Well, we have. And that's where we're trying to bring it to you so you guys can hopefully learn from us. Again, we're trying to bring as many lives to Christ, because I'm going to tell you right now, without God through any of these phases, I don't see how we could have made it.
Yes.
But it's one thing I've always said, hey, we believe in God in this house.
Yes, we always have served Him. We might have served Him in our drunkenness and our messness and our cursingness and our, but we still served Him.
That's right.
We still served Him.
What's wrong with cursing? Oh, that's right. That's not my good service.
God's still working on you with that.
Oh, I'm delivered most of the time.
But we still made a conscious decision to serve God no matter what. We was partying at 22 years old. We was kicking it at 22 years old, but we still was serving God.
That's right. And thank God we had let me just give all our parents
yes.
Come on.
Our great parents. They've been married for 55 plus years.
That has helped us tremendously. With our situations going through, having the 5 kids and me working 2 jobs.
Mother babysitting for me.
Oh my God. But just not only that, the times that they had, some real good leadership by how they went through it, and then to give us some insight. So your parents are a great insight, but remember, you're as one.
Yes.
So you see, it's like this, but it's really like that. See that?
Yes.
You see how I did that? That's one. And then that's 2. Okay. All right. So just wrapping it up, and Shay and I are here to make sure that if we can give you any other value, please email us. Or you can text.
Just go to this YouTube channel.
That's right.
Put your comments in there and let us know what subject you would like to talk about. Ask us questions about, being married for 31 years. Some of the challenges that we face as being mothers and fathers. Answer these questions and we'll be honest with you. If we can, if we cannot, we'll be like, hey, we have not experienced nothing like that. So,
but as we gave you a little sneak peek.
Yes.
What's coming in 2026.
Yes.
We're going to be talking about the challenges as parents have with raising children. And you wouldn't believe what we've been through. we've been through a child that's not here anymore.
Yes.
That completed his life. We've been through a child going to prison. We've been through children deciding to be with their same sex. We done been through fights with other children and kids, and kids having low self-esteem, and we done deal with all these things. And hopefully, this next piece that we're coming with you guys, we're going to touch on each one, and hopefully you guys value what we have bringing to you. If you didn't, hit that like or subscribe. Invite other people to our podcast, because we're here for you guys, and hopefully what we're bringing to you will help you.
And we plan on having our kids on board with us coming into this podcast, because we don't want to tell what we went through as parents. We want them to get an opportunity to tell their story.
No. Well, it's all about the parents.
Yes.
But we're going to let you hear from their perspective.
That perspective, right. Most
when
definitely.
They were a child and they were dealing with us.
Exactly. They probably got some stories to tell. Some of them be like, where y'all get this story from? But anyway.
No. Let me just say this. There's one more. I know this off the subject.
Okay.
All right. But have you ever sat down and listened to your kids tell you about you?
Oh, yeah.
And the generation, what they think about us right now. Yo, you're going to love that.
Oh, yeah.
But go ahead.
Most of them. No. We just appreciate you guys joining us with MFMF, Mothers and Fathers Mentally Fighting. We look forward to 2026. We look forward to all the new episodes that's about to come out. Stay tuned. Go ahead and like this. Go ahead and share this. And go ahead and subscribe